Hello, hello. I am Big Cheds. Today is Monday, November 1st, 2021. Welcome to November. This is part 8 in a 50-part free series on my YouTube channel based on my best-selling book, Trading Wisdom: 50 Lessons Every Trader Should Know. I published this book back in April, and the response was overwhelmingly positive. So thank you very much for that. There were also quite a few people who would ask me, hey, is there an audio version? Is there an audible version? And I don't have that yet. And it's something I'm working on in the future. But I thought maybe I can give you folks something now. And so I started a free version on my YouTube channel, Ched's Trading. And I've been doing one lesson at a time. This allows me to really dive into the book and for you to hear in my own words what I think, why I feel this way about the subject, and how it's going to help you to become a better trader. So it's just been a fun experience. I mean, it's also nice because there are people who, for whatever reason, are unable to buy the book. Either they don't have enough money, or their country for some reason they can't buy based on their restriction with Amazon. That they can't buy the book. So this is a way for people to get access to that content. I did mention my YouTube channel. Please do like and subscribe. I am at Ched's Trading. If you check out that playlist, Trading Wisdom, 50 Lessons Every Trader Should Know, you see the first 7 lessons, and lesson 8 that you're watching right now will be up as soon as I finish it. I also have the Educational Live Streams playlist. This is a masterclass on technical analysis. This is a great place to start if you are really serious about learning how to trade, but you don't think you're ready for a premium educational site. In these videos, I explain my entire setup. I talk about why I use the indicators I use, the moving averages, what they mean. I talk about candlesticks. They're just really amazing. I really hope you check them out, and I hope you enjoy them. If you are ready for a premium educational site, I am a founding analyst at Bitcoin Live, the best in class educational platform for crypto. That's something I'm incredibly proud of. So please do check that out. I am, of course, most well known on Twitter at Big Cheds. I post a lot of charts there, a lot of academic observations about price action. I've been doing this for a long time. When I started out, I just made a ton of mistakes. And, eventually I said, I don't want to make this mistake anymore. And so a big step in learning is the ability to teach it to someone else. So I said, you know what? I'm going to stop making this mistake. I'm going to start teaching other people the things I've learned. And that just blossomed. Through my Twitter account, I started a blog, chedstrading.blogspot.com. And eventually I studied CMT to become a chartered market technician. And I'm still going through that process, the level 2. I'm level 1 right now. So I also mentioned here that I published another book before that. So if you know someone who is dealing with cancer, either themselves or their loved one, I'm happy to give you this book for free. I want to email it to you. I am a lymphoma survivor. I did have stage 3 lymphoma, and my mother also had cancer. So I went through a lot. I wrote about that experience. Please reach out to me. I'm really happy. I would be really happy to just get you that book. So back to that. I'm not going to read the entire about the author section. You can just pause it and read it on your own time. All right. As well as the introduction section. It talks about how I started, all the mistakes I made, learned some tricks, and that led me to publishing my book, Trading Wisdom. So please do check that out on your own time. I'm not going to read the whole thing. We're going to jump right in. So lesson 7 was last week, keep grinding. That was a one, and I'm trying to set expectations with that last one. Trading's so hard, so you don't want to give up early. You need time and experience. That's what lesson 7 was all about. We're going to do Don't Marry Your Bags today. It's a great topic. We're going to talk about why you should avoid getting emotionally involved with your plays. It's going to compromise you. You're going to make a lot of bad decisions. And next video will be profit taking. But we're going to do this one today. Lesson 8, Don't Marry Your Bags. I'm going to leave it right there. So let's jump right in. For those at home who have already purchased the book, thank you. And we'll turn to page 27. We'll start out this chapter, as always, with a quote. If you feel like you need to defend every negative comment you see about a play you are holding, that would suggest an unhealthy level of emotional connection. Be surgical with your investments rather than falling in love with them. Surgical, right? Methodical, precise. Continuing on in the book, I say, trust me, I have been here about 1,000,000 times before. More so in my early days of trading than now, but as soon as I had a larger than average position size, I became attached to that play. When the market was closed, I scanned the message boards and Twitter feeds to see what people were saying about it. And if I saw something bad, I would jump into action and defend the company as if I were defending my own personal reputation. Have you been through that? You know, in the beginning of the paragraph, I say, as soon as I had a larger than average position size, I became attached. So that's your first mistake is you had a too large a position. The more often the more money you have in something, the more emotionally attached you get to it, right? The more important it is for you to really nail it, right? I can't take a big loss in this one. So first of all, you really shouldn't have larger than average position sizes. There's so much volatility. You should keep your position sizes smaller. If you have a larger than average position, hopefully it's because you're averaging up. You're adding to momentum. You're adding to a successful trade idea rather than averaging down, which is adding to a loser, which we've talked about, what you do not want to do. You do not add to losers. You cut your loss, right? When your trade idea fails, you get out, but you can add to winners. That's one way to get a larger than average position size. But that's probably your first mistake, is you added to your loser. Now you have too large a position. And now what are you doing? You're scanning the message boards. You're seeing what people are saying on Twitter. And if you see something you don't like, you jump right in. It's like they just said something about your family. You said, no, you don't know. You respond. You don't know what you're talking about. Look at the RSI. It's going to bounce here. Look at the 15-minute whatever. It's going to bounce here. Who cares what other people are saying? Who cares? You need people on all sides of a trade, right? You have to have people on both sides to make a market. And it doesn't matter what other people say. The price is what matters, right? Price interaction with key support and resistance. That's what matters, right? Your job as a chart technician, your job as a trader is to identify the trend and understand on the chart when that trend strengthens and when that trend weakens, right? So stop paying attention to what other people say and stop getting triggered, right? If you are, you've got too much money in that play. You've married your bag. You need to reduce that position size until you could be more objective and really not care what other people say. So let me know in the comments, by the way, if you folks can relate to this, right? It's so true, right? I would jump into action and defend the company, or, for crypto, to defend the project or the coin, as if I were defending my own personal reputation. I mean, that's so bad, So focus on the price, focus on the chart, not what other people, idiots or not idiots, whatever you want to call them, let them talk. Everyone has an opinion. Let them talk. Who cares? Back to the book. Quote, emotions are great when you are painting or writing or composing music. But when you are trading, they are kryptonite. I love that quote. All right. In the book, these emotional manifestations can cause problems in many ways, such as after a failed trade. Losing money is frustrating because you thought you had a good plan and then everything fell apart. Maybe you made a tactical error or just got unlucky, but either way, it did not work out. Emotionally compromised, now you want to chase after that loss and redeem yourself. So you jump right back into that failed ticker. More often than not, this trade will also end badly, as you do not have a good feel for the price action, and one mistake leads to another. All right? These emotional manifestations can cause problems. All right? I start out by saying emotions are great, but when you're trading, they're kryptonite. How? All right. You lost money. Now, all of a sudden, you're questioning yourself. Now you don't have confidence. That's a problem. I have another chapter, I believe, where I talk about trading with confidence. I should know them all off the top of my head. Trade with confidence. Yeah, less than 30. We'll get to that at some point. But yeah, so now you have no confidence. Now you're in trouble because you had a failed trade. You thought you had a good idea, and now you're frustrated, right? And what do? Emotionally compromised. Now you want to chase after that loss and redeem yourself. You don't have to redeem yourself. To who? Right? It's not about that. It's not about that one trade. It's about your monthly profit and loss. It's about the bigger picture, right? Everybody takes losses. What's important is that you stick to your plan. What's important is that you don't get into trouble in the first place by adding to losers. Don't add to losers, okay? It's important that you properly scale in and out of your position. It's important that you stick to your stop loss when your trade idea fails. That way, you're not in a position where you're like, man, I'm emotionally compromised. I need to redeem myself. You don't need to redeem yourself. If you're compromised, just walk away. Go play basketball. Go swimming. Watch a movie. Do something else. Clear your mind. You cannot and you should not trade when you're compromised. Each trade should be looked at upon itself, not because the last trade I did X, now this next trade has to make up for it. No, you're gonna screw it up. All right? As I say here, I say you want to redeem yourself, you jump right back into that failed ticker. So you've married your bag, right? You lost money on this trade, and you say, you know what, this entry was bad. I'm going to try again. You keep trying again on the same play and losing money on the same play. Why? Because you do not have a good feel for the price action. Like if you fail with a trade, close it off your watch list, exit it, move on to something else, right? That you have a good feel for, okay? Don't marry your bags. Don't get too overly attached to anything. You have to be thinking about your emotions. You have to be conscious about your emotions, all right? As I say in the book, back to the book, another way to get into trouble is after taking profit, all right? So we talked about losing. Here's winning a little bit, right? Another way to get into trouble is after taking profit from a winning trade that keeps going up after you sell. Now you are frustrated and get mad at yourself and mad at the play for not going down immediately after you sold, right? You thought you had a great trade. It's up 30%. It's approaching a major resistance. You have good discipline. You're well schooled in trading, so you're going to take some profit as the price is approaching major resistance. I'm sure maybe you keep a small amount. This is next week. We'll talk about profit taking. But you keep a rider, you keep a position. Maybe you sell all of it because it's at a major resistance and you've made great money on the trade. But guess what? It keeps going. It goes up to another leg. And now you're like, oh my goodness, now I'm emotionally compromised. You keep watching it. Even though you made great money, you're so mad that it won't go down after you sell. Well, guess what? Nobody can nail the top. Nobody can nail the bottom. That's just not how it works. Maybe you get lucky and you do it once in a while, but it's not about that. It's not about nailing the top and bottom. It's about making profit. It's about your method. It's about managing your risk. So if you have a successful trade, feel good about it, right? Don't be mad at yourself because you didn't get all of the trade. Nobody gets the whole trade, right? You did a good thing. You sold into strength. You took profit. You bought the weakness. You bought that support retest in an uptrend. It rallied. And you sold into strength, you should walk away, go take a nap. You did a good thing. Go take a nap. You've earned it. Go play video games. Go spend time with your family. Go for a bike ride. You've earned it. You made a good trade. Don't get so worked up because it just kept going. That's fine. You're never going to be able to nail. You're never going to be able to nail the exact top or the exact bottom. That's just not how it works. As I say in the book, because of this grudge you now hold, right? You have a grudge against this ticker because it kept going. Because of this grudge you now hold, in the future you will miss out on new opportunities that come along because you did not make the perfect trade last time. It does not matter if this play offers you another great entry. You will remember that you missed out last time and you just cannot get over it. So what I'm saying is, let's say you bought at 90 and you sold at 100. And that's a great trade. But guess what? It kept going up. Now it went up to 110 and it consolidated at 110 for a while. And then it had a new breakout. And then after that, it came back to 110. And you know that 110 is a good entry because it's a throwback. It's a bullish retest. That's what you're doing. You're a good trader. You're buying dips and uptrends. But because you didn't play it perfectly last time and you have a grudge against it, you're not even going to try again, right? You're emotionally compromised. You have to, as I said in the beginning of the chapter, you have to be surgical with your investments, not emotional with them, all right? Just because you didn't play it perfectly last time doesn't mean you shouldn't try again. Like, it's okay. Nobody's going to get it perfect. Stop getting so affected. Take your profit. And if a good opportunity comes again, go for it, right? Each trade by itself, right? Each trade should be measured in the risk reward of that trade, not what you did last time, not what you did last week, not your prior profit and loss on a trade. Like, another thing people will do where they've made great money on a trade and they say, well, now I can be a little riskier in this. I can afford to lose a little bit of money in this trade because I've made some money, so I can get riskier with it. No, don't do that. Each trade should be looked at individually, okay? As I say, let's see. The chapter ends with a quote. Avoid the impulse to let one bad trade ruin your day. Stay focused and reject the emotion and self-loathing, right? Stay focused. I mean, trading is really hard. It's a marathon. And if you get down in yourself, if you start self-loathing because you messed it up, because somebody's saying negative things about your ticker, or because you didn't nail the top or bottom, you're just going to hurt yourself. Like, stop sabotaging yourself, right? Trading is hard enough as it is without sabotaging yourself, right? So don't marry your bags. Be surgical. That's lesson 8. Lesson 8 in the free version of my book, Trading Wisdom. 50 lessons every trader should know. That book is available right now on Amazon. There is a Kindle, hardcover, and paperback version of that book available. If you cannot afford the book, or you literally can't buy it because of what country you're in, go to YouTube. Check out Ched's Trading. Please hit like. Please hit subscribe. Check out the playlist, Trading Wisdom, 50 Lessons Every Trader Should Know. I'm doing one of these every 3 or 4 weeks. I will eventually have the whole book for free for you on YouTube. I also have my educational live stream series, a masterclass in technical analysis. If you're new, please do check those out. Even if you're not new and you want to brush up, check out that series. I'll do one every 6 to 8 weeks. They're rather infrequent because I save my analysis for Bitcoin Live, where I do twice a week long-form market updates, major cryptos, altcoins, chart requests. I've been doing that for over 3 years. It's a huge video library. I am a founding analyst. I'm quite proud of that. So definitely would encourage you to check out Bitcoin Live, the best-in-class educational platform for crypto. Most of you know me. I am on Twitter. Check me out at Big Cheds if you do not already follow me. I'm quite active on there. Some would say probably too active, and I would agree with them. So I've really enjoyed doing this. I hope you have enjoyed watching this. Please reach out to me. Let me know in the comments how you are doing. And until next time, Big Cheds out.